I do find that you were cooperative. It is clear from the minute you arrested, you identified yourself as the shooter, that there was no one else involved. You ID'd the location of the weapon. I do find that you were remorseful. You were immediately apologizing and asking about the condition of those you shot, and in fact, at least one witness indicated that you were attempting to render aid at the time as well. One of the things that I was listening to both Mr. Barker and Mr. DuPont about was the issue of duress. I think your attorney called it somewhat duress, but also kind of an impaired capacity. I kind of rolled those together. I believe duress is a mitigating circumstance for counts 5 and 7. Shannon, all of the mitigating and aggravating factors noted also apply to all the rest of the counts as well. And I think everybody is correct. No sentence that I'm going to pronounce here. I'm not kidding myself. I'm not going to flatter myself or anyone here thinking that it's going to bring peace or closure. It's not going to happen today. In consideration, I also have I reviewed the testimony of Mr. Peering, Mr. Prado, Mr. Zentek, and Mr. Jones. And I think it's under the law and capable, as the attorneys have argued, of considering what I heard at trial as well. As to count 1, manslaughter, charge involving Colin Brew, it is the judgment of this court that you be sentenced to a slightly aggravated term of 6 years in the Arizona Department of Corrections, and thereafter community supervision equal to 1 day for every 7 days of this sentence. This sentence is to date from today's date. As to counts 3, 5, and 7, consideration of the aggravating and mitigating circumstances, it is the judgment of this court that you be sentenced to the sentence of 5 years on each of those counts, and thereafter community supervision equal to 1 day for every 7 days of this sentence. This sentence is to date from today's date. All counts, as indicated by the plea agreement, shall run concurrent to each other. You have the right to petition for post-conviction relief from the orders of this court and to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford an attorney, I will appoint one to represent you. If you cannot afford the necessary records and transcripts, I'll give them to you at no cost. If you want to petition for post-conviction relief, you must file that notice within 90 days of today's date, or you may lose the right to seek relief. You must sign for a copy of your post-conviction relief rights. On motion of the state, all matters set forth for dismissal are ordered dismissed. Mr. Jones is committed to the custody of the Department of Corrections for service of his sentence. Is there anything further from the defense? Is there anything further from the prosecution?
No, thank you.
We stand adjourned.